Hello, good afternoon. Isn't my voice is audible to you? Induja, Pooja and Shalini. Isn't my voice is audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So you know that like what we discussed in the last class, that is about animal kingdom, even that is a dry topic. The next one, human health and diseases. This is too better and good chapter, even you can say interest, because this is a concept which occurs in our daily life activity. Human health and diseases. Let's see, introduction point related to this. See, healthy state in a sense, when a person will be healthy, when a person is physically healthy, mentally healthy, socially healthy. Physically healthy means doing a heavy hard work. Mentally healthy means controlling yourself and proper meditation. Social healthy means being friendly relationship with the other people. So according to the theory, they given pictures, Nana, you can see. This is called being a healthy person. See, a person health get affected. How a person health get affected? Due to genetic disorder, that means your DNA is destroyed. Due to infections, that means any virus enters through breathing. During changes of lifestyle, that in sense eating of the food, not with properly washing hands, clear, and food, water, rest, no proper rest, no proper exercise, no proper habitats. This comes under a lifestyle. So, healthy person, health is affected by genetic disorders, infections, changes in lifestyle, genetic disorders, infections, changes in lifestyle. Due to these three reasons, our health will be affected. And food, water, rest, exercise habits. Food, water, rest, exercise habits. These lifestyles also create a damage to our health. See, physical health, social health, environmental, emotional, okay, spiritual, and our intellectual. These healths are required to our body, to us in a daily life. This is just introduction page, Nana. Now, see here. Now, mind influences through immune system. Yeah, our immune system, if we are healthy, then our mind also will work healthy. If our immune system is healthy, then our mind undergo proper influences. However, brain will be under control, like our immune system control through neural and endocrine mechanism. A neural and endocrine mechanism. Nervous system, endocrine system, both are under function. Nervous system and endocrine system both are under function. See, when the function of our organs or organ system is not properly under function, organ or organ system is affected. If organ is affected, organ system is affected, that means we got a disease. If organ is affected or organ system is affected, that means we got a disease. Our mind is influencing the immune system through our nervous system, through our endocrine system, our immune system will be decided. It is influenced by our mind. See, if you have a cold or if you have a fever, even you came to college to listen to classes, like that means you won't feel unhealthy, you won't feel unsick, you won't feel sick, because your brain is influencing. You are not affected with health, your health will be easier. Brain is not influencing here. Clear. That means you feel better, you feel healthy if you won't feel affected with a disease. A diseased person should forget he already affected. That is a mindset of a person. Like they given a small probe here. A healthy body and a happy mind gives a happy life. Just a small probe they given. Now let's see diseases. Now we enter into new main concept. Diseases. Diseases, we have two types, infectious diseases and non-infectious diseases. We know, we studied in 10th standard also. Diseases infection means spread from person to person. Infectious disease means spread from one person to the other person. Non-infectious disease means does not transmit from one person to the other person. Infectious disease spread from person to person. Non-infectious disease does not spread from one person to the other person. This is about diseased and non-diseased persons. Now, see what they given here. Disease causing organism, disease creating organism called pathogen. Pathogen, here parasites are pathogen. Parasite means what? Parasite, first it acts as a host. Sorry, it acts on the host. Later, parasite convert into pathogen. Parasite means just for food purpose, just for shelter purpose. Parasite will depend upon host. When it creates any disease, then it become pathogen. When it creates disease, without creating any disease, it is just a parasite only. Without creating any disease, it is just a parasite. If it creates damage to our body, then it become pathogen. It creates damage to our body, then it become pathogen. That is the difference between parasite and pathogen. Just for food purpose, just for shelter purpose, anything is depend upon our body, anything is depend upon other body. Dependence create it as a parasite. Depending for food purpose, depending for shelter purpose, it is a parasite. When parasite damages our body, then it become a pathogen. When parasites damage our body, then it become pathogen. Got understand, Nana? What is a parasite and what is a pathogen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we'll see about a different scientist explanation. First concept here is good humor hypothesis. Humor means Nana, our condition. Good condition hypothesis. Humor means condition of our body. What is humor? Condition of our body. This good humor hypothesis theory explained by the scientist Hippocrates, this person, and Indian Ayurvedic system. Our Indian Ayurvedic system complete council and Hippocrates, this scientist, they proved this good humor hypothesis. What they explained about good humor hypothesis, health means a state of body and mind which is under balanced condition. Body and mind both are under balanced. That person is called a healthy person. This point is said by the good humor hypothesis. What they said, state of body and the state of mind, clear, where there is a balance of certain humor. It balances our humors. How many humors they given here? Completely 4 humors are there. Humor means we have fluids in our body: blood, yellow bile, black bile, phlegm. Phlegm means the fluid gel comes out of our mouth. Mucus. So these are the 4 gels: blood, yellow bile, black bile, phlegm. If the 4 humors are under normal condition, and that person will be a healthy person. That person will be a healthy person. It states that our body and our mind will be under balancing the humors. Clear? The person, suppose in your body any black bile is produced, and that person is a hot personality. Black bile creates hot personality. Hot personality is nothing but fever. Black bile creates hot personality. Hot personality is nothing but fever. This point is disproved. Actually, this good humor hypothesis point, that is, a person body has a black bile, and that black bile person looks hot, body will be hot, and the hot body is nothing but fever. This point is given by the good humor hypothesis, but this is disproved. William Harvey disproved this hypothesis. Which hypothesis? Good humor hypothesis. Who proposed the good humor hypothesis, ma? Who proposed? Hello. Who proposed the good humor hypothesis? May I know who proposed the good humor hypothesis? Hello.
Hippocrates and Indian Ayurvedic system.
Perfect. Fine. What is a humor? It's actually here a person's body and the mindset, and that will balances our humor. Humor means a condition of our body. What is a fever? According to the definition, what is a fever? According to the human Indian Ayurvedic system and Hippocrates, according to the good humor hypothesis, what is the definition of fever? What is the definition of fever? Hello. Think.
Persons with
Oh,
who
yeah,
is having more amount of black bile, they are they are belong to hot personality and would have fever, sir.
yeah. So actually, see, you went into a sunlight, your body become hot personality. That means you have a fever.
No, that is not the condition.
Yeah. So this theory disproved by the William Harvey. Actually, William Harvey discovered about blood circulation. Our normal temperature. He explained about normal temperature. Body have some normal temperature. That temperature will be identified using thermometer. So temperature will decide the fever, not a hot personality. Explained by the scientist, this William Harvey. Got clear?
Yes, sir.
What he discovered?
Blood circulation.
Good. Blood circulation. What you demonstrated? He identified normal body temperature in the black bile person. He identified normal body temperature in the black bile person using thermometer. He identified, and he replied, black bile will decide only the hot personality, but not the temperature, but not the fever. Isn't clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Next. Common infectious diseases with human. Now we are discussing about a bacterial disease. Example, typhoid. A bacterial disease. Example, typhoid. Example, typhoid. Bacteria is caused by a pathogen and the pathogen name is Salmonella typhi. And the pathogen name is Salmonella typhi. Clear? Bacteria, the typhoid is created by the Salmonella typhi. How it is travel? It travel through food and water. It travel to intestine. See, it very important. Through food and water, it travel to intestine. Through blood, it travel through the organs. Clear? Through food and water, it travel through intestines, and through blood, it travel through the organs. Got clear how it travel?
Yes,
Through,
sir.
through food and water, where it travel?
Intestine.
Through blood, where it travels?
Organs.
Organs of our body. Perfect. Now let's see about symptoms. Suppose just you just feel about this typhoid. Suppose if you have a typhoid fever, you'll get sustained high fever, slow high fever, and that means 39 to 40 degrees Celsius, not too high. A low, slow, high fever you can see. Headache, clear. Weakness, clear. Stomach ache, headache, weakness, clear. Stomach pain, constipation. Constipation means diarrhea, loose motions. You can see. Constipation means low fluid release from the waste. Constipation, loss of appetite means loss of the taste. Intestinal perforation. Intestine have holes created in intestine. Intestinal perforation means holes created in the intestine. Sometimes it leads to death also. Sometimes it leads to death of a patient also. Symptoms, once again, I'll repeat it. Clear. Sustain high fever, headache, weakness, stomach pain, constipation, loss of the taste, loss of appetite, intestinal perforation, holes created in the intestine. Intestinal perforation means holes created in the intestine. Sometimes even it leads to death also. This is about typhoid fever. First point we discussed about caused organism caused by Salmonella typhi. More of transmission. Through food and water, it goes to the intestine, and through blood, it goes to the organs. And the symptoms, sustained high fever. Can you see what are the symptoms of the typhoid?
Sustained high fever, headache, weakness, stomach pain, constipation, loss of appetite, intestinal perforation,
Can you
and
say
that
what?
may also
Yeah. Can you say what is intestinal perforation here?
holes in the intestines, sir.
Perfect. Perfect. Now let's see. Yeah. Now let's see about test. Vidal test is used to confirm the disease. Suppose in your body you feel like you have a typhoid. So when you consult a doctor using some diagnostics test, he will decide your fever, typhoid fever or not. Using a viral test, we can decide if you are present or not. So you can see a typhoid causing bacteria. This is typhoid causing bacteria. Can you see typhoid causing bacteria? It is made up of lipopolysaccharide. Lipopolysaccharide contains O antigen. Flagellum, tail-like structure flagellum contains H antigen. This much depth not required, just for understanding purpose. See how to see test report of the typhoid. Very important. C12. Can you see clearly, Nana? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Suppose you went and consult to doctor done a blood test, you got a typhoid report. So first, second, third, fourth, many persons they given. Serum of the patients they are repeating. If the if agglutination reaction is 1:20, is a negative person, not affected with typhoid. Reaction is 1:40, he is also negative person, not affected with typhoid. Reaction is 1:80, he is also healthy person, negative person. If reaction is 1:16, yes, lightly positive, not high positive, lightly positive. If the reaction is 1:32, 325, 1:160, here 1:320, 1:320, high typhoid affected person. This is normal typhoid affected person is 1:160. High typhoid affected person is 1:320. This is about typhoid report of which is negative and which is positive. Isn't clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we'll see a small story. A woman, her name is Mary Melon Nana. He lives in a small village, and the villagers kept a name to her nickname, Typhoid Mary. Why? Because actually, I'll say this one like a story. She's a professional cook. She has small, tiny hotel in their village. She used to cook a food and she used to distribute the food to the total villages. Actually, she is a typhoid carrier. She won't get the disease, but she will spread the disease to person to person. This Salmonella typhi, this bacteria, because of Salmonella typhi bacteria, no? Salmonella typhi bacteria present in our body as a carrier, just present in her body as a carrier. Clear, and she won't affect it. Who continue to spread typhoid fever for some? So actually, through her food, any people eat her food, through her food, she transported the disease to whole village. Later, village people boycott her from the village, so they kept a name Typhoid Mary. No one people like to eat food in their in her hotel. The people kept her name as Typhoid Mary first time. There's the first research they find on her about typhoid. Typhoid also has carriers. She carried the disease to many villages. Isn't clear, ma? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Yeah, fine. Which test is required to confirm the typhoid, Nana?
Viral test.
Which is considered as a positive viral?
1:160 or 1:320.
Yeah, 1:160, 1:320, considered as positive. Perfect. Who is a typhoid carrier here?
Mary Malone.
Why? What is a typhoid carrier? She is not affected with the disease. She will carry from one person to other person. She used to spread the disease. She carries in her body, but she is not affected. That is a carrier. Is it clear? Understand what is carrier? Hello.
Yes.
Next. Next one, pneumonia. Pneumonia, alveoli effect is here. Alveoli lungs get affected. How alveoli, alveoli sacs, air sacs. Can you see a little air sacs in the lungs? Alveoli air sacs filled with fluid, Nana. Alveoli air sacs filled with fluid. Alveoli filled with fluid. This completely alveoli air sacs filled with fluid. So the person will get respiratory problems. Only alveoli of lungs, alveoli, sac-like structure inside the lungs, alveoli get affected. Alveoli get filled with the fluid. Alveoli get filled with the fluid and will get respiratory problems. How the pneumonia is created? Let's see. Mode of infection. Pathogen. Pneumonia created by two types of microorganisms. This is also bacterial infection. Pneumonia is also bacterial infection. Pneumonia caused by two types of bacteria. One is Streptococcus pneumonia, other one is Haemophilus influenza. Streptococcus pneumonia, Haemophilus influenza. Two types of bacteria creates bacterial disease. Mode of infection. Inhaling the droplets. Suppose you are sitting along with a pneumonia person while he's talking or while he's coughing through the droplets. If you inhale, if you breathe in that droplets, you will get a type. You'll also get a pneumonia. Aerosols released by the infected person. Aerosols, and that means through airborne small dirty molecules, bacterial molecules releases through air. Sharing the same water glasses, sharing the same utensils also affect a person of the infected person's glass, water glass, and infected person's utensils we should not use. And it is caused by two types of bacteria, Streptococcus pneumonia and Haemophilus influenza. Two types of bacteria created. Is it clear? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next. Pneumonia symptoms, like we'll get respiratory problems, fever, chills, cough, headache. If pneumonia is not treated properly, lips, fingernails turn from gray color to bluish color. Lips, fingernails will turn from grayish to bluish color. That too, even severe cases, if high severe pneumonia time, lips and green, because oxygen is not transported properly to the every organs. Up to the fingernails, blood should be transported, but here complete fluid is filled in the lungs, so oxygen will be less in the body. Due to that reason, gray color lips and nails convert into bluish color. Isn't clear? And see, can you see the picture also? X-ray. In this X-ray, you can find this is a healthy lung, completely look black, and this is affected lung. This side will be affected. This side is an affected area. The white color part means affected area of the lungs. Isn't clear? Many doubts? Mode of infections they given. Can you say how many types of pneumonia caused by how many types of bacteria? I'll repeat question. Pneumonia caused by how many types of bacteria? My people are not audible. Pneumonia caused by how many types of bacteria? Streptococcus. Listen to my word pronunciation properly. Streptococcus pneumoniae. Haemophilus influenza. Isn't clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can you say the symptoms of the pneumonia?
Respiratory problems, fever, chills, cough, headache.
Can you say in severe cases, what are the symptoms of
In
pneumonia?
severe cases, lips and fingernails turn gray to bluish color.
Perfect. What are the pathogens creating pneumonia? Hello.
Streptococcus pneumonia and Haemophilia
Influenza.
influenza.
Perfect. Now let's see cold. Cold, actually chronic obstructive lung disease. They didn't given full form here. Cold means, you can write it in your notes. Cold means chronic obstructive lung disease. Chronic obstructive lung disease means cold. Chronic obstructive lung disease. Your nose, respiratory tract only affected. Up to here, only upper part of the respiratory tract is affected by the cold. Clear. Lower part, that means inside the lungs, like trachea, bronchi, inner part of lungs, lower part of the lungs, lower part of the trachea is not affected. It lasts for 3 to 7 days. Only nose and the respiratory passage get affected, but lungs are not completely affected. It stays in our body for 3 to 7 days. Next. Isn't clear? Any doubts here? Cold stays in our body
No.
for cold stays in our body for 3 to 7 days. Now, let's see. Cold caused by a pathogen, disease caused pathogen, rhinovirus, not retrovirus. Retro means HIV, that we'll study next. Pathogen, it's a rhinovirus. Mode of transmission, inhaling droplets, resulting in cough, sneeze, resulting in cough and sneeze. Contaminated objects, like if you touch with any contaminated object, suppose if your friend has a cold, you got a pen or pencil from the person, like any pens, cups, books, doormats, computer accessories like mouse, keyboard. Through this also, cold is easily transferable disease. We know, we already experienced with the symptoms. Nasal congestion from nose that completely mucus comes out, discharge, fever, headache, throat, harshness of voice, little bit cough, tiredness. So these are the symptoms we can see through the cold. We already experienced with the symptoms. No? Can you say what is a pathogen creating the common cold? Name the pathogen affect the common cold. Got my question? Name the pathogen which creates the common cold. No clarity. Name the pathogen which creates the common cold. Name the pathogen. What is the pathogen name here? Read, see there and read, Nana. Name the pathogen. Rhinovirus. Which virus?
Rhinovirus.
Rhinovirus. Perfect. Can you say the mode of transmission? How a cold can be transmitted?
Inhaling droplets
Hmm.
from by sneezing or coughs through contaminated objects.
Objects also created. Perfect. Next, which part? Can you say which part of our body get affected with the cold?
Nose and respiratory passage.
But not the lungs. How many days it can stay cold in our
3 to
body?
7 days.
Perfect. Next, malaria. It's a big concept actually. Malaria, it is also caused by pathogen, many pathogen. Plasmodium. They kept a shortcut name P. They kept a shortcut name P. Plasmodium vivax. See here, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium falciparum. Many types are there. Plasmodium falciparum causes serious, actually it leads to death also. Malignant malaria. Malignant means long-term affecting malaria. Very severe, heavily long-term affecting malaria is falciparum only. Dangerous malaria. How it is transmitted? Biting of the female Anopheles mosquito. This like this. Biting of female Anopheles mosquito creates malaria in our body. Next, hemozoin symptoms. Hemozoin symptoms. Like we know, like hemozoin. It's a chemical, a toxic chemical released by the plasmodia. A toxic chemicals called hemozoin. These chemical only creates symptoms in our body. Suppose a mosquito came and bite you, immediately symptoms are not created. If hemozoin chemical is released, you will get symptoms like chilling, high fever, recurring fever. Every 3 days you can feel a fever, like 3 to 4 days. Every 3-4 days you will feel a recurring fever. Isn't clear, ma? Any doubts? Hello.
No doubts.
Can you say what are the pathogens present? What are the pathogens which creates malaria in our body?
Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium falciparum.
Falciparum. Perfect. Can you say the symptoms are creating by the toxic substance? What is the toxic substance?
Hemozoin.
Hemozoin is a toxic substance. Which insect creates this infection in our body?
Anopheles mosquito. Female Anopheles mosquito.
Yeah, perfect. This is the way they given here life cycle of plasmodium, first understanding purpose. Just mosquito suck blood for Fertilization only. First, mosquito bites a person. So that sporozoites enters into our body. First, it affects our liver. Through the liver, merozoites comes out. This is IP question. Board important question. This is clear. And through that, it undergoes the cycle asexual reproduction, and it creates inside the blood. Inside the blood, it undergo asexual reproduction, and it creates gametes, male and female gametes. Can you see here, male and female gametes? This is what male and female gametes. And the male and female gametes again sucked by a mosquito. Again sucked by a mosquito. And in this male and female gamete undergo fertilization, and it form ookinete and sporozoite. It form ookinete, undergo gametes undergo fertilization and form zygote. Zygote convert into ookinete. Ookinete convert into sporozoite. Sporozoites again reaches to our body. This is a cyclic process. This is a cyclic process. Isn't clear? Halama.
Yes, sir.
This is a complete life cycle. End of the concept, you can understand this concept actually. Very small content they given. See, mosquito bites on another person. Sporozoites are injected. The parasites reaches to the blood through the liver. First, it reaches to the liver. Through the liver, it reaches to the blood. There, it undergoes asexual reproduction. Where in the liver, it undergoes asexual reproduction, and the cells are released into the blood. And again, asexual reproduction also takes place in the RBC. Here, RBC also break down. RBC also break down. Here, liver cells also break down, and RBC also break down, releasing a hemozyme chemical. These, along with that, it releases gametocytes, male and female gametocytes. These male and female gametocytes sucked by another mosquito. These from this mosquito, in the mosquito undergo development, fertilization and development takes place in the gut of the mosquito. Gut means digestive system. Fertilization development takes place in the gut of the mosquito. And after the mature sporozoites, mature means infected sporozoites, escape from the intestine and migrate to the mosquito's salivary gland. From intestine, actually, they are present in intestine. Fertilization, the development takes place in the intestine only. Later, the sporozoites reaches to the salivary gland. From the salivary gland, it ready to attack another human. This is about life cycle. This in IP boards you can study too clearly, Nana. Isn't clear my doubts?
No, sir.
Fine. Let's see amoebiasis. Amoebiasis, or you can call amoebic dysentery. Amoebic dysentery, it is created by pathogen Entamoeba histolytica. Amoebiasis caused by the microorganisms Entamoeba histolytica. How it is transported through houseflies? Houseflies are the mechanical carriers. Houseflies are the mechanical carrier. They will transfer the parasite from the fecal matter or from any dead waste, clear, through food and through water, to the food what we eat, to the water what we drink, to this location. It is transported by the houseflies. See, can you see? Some houseflies will fall on open bread. Some houseflies will fall on our open other foods. Through that, we have a chance of affecting dysentery. We'll get constipation, abdominal pains, stomach cramps, stool with excess of mucus and blood, stool, human waste. Releases with the extra blood, extra mucus gel, extra blood will be releases. These are the symptoms. Isn't clear? Any doubts?
No, sir. No doubt.
Can you say, Nana? Yeah. Can you say what type of pathogen create amoebiasis?
Entamoeba histolytica.
Yeah. Mode of transmission?
It is by houseflies.
Okay, through food, from the fecal matter, waste through food and water. What is other name of amoebiasis?
Amoebic dysentery.
Dysentery. What are the symptoms of the amoebiasis?
Constipation, abdominal pain and cramps, stool with excess mucus and blood clots.
Yeah, excess of mucus, excess of blood clots also we can see. Because see, intestines get damaged. So due to that, we can see blood clot also through amoebiasis. This amoebic dysentery, this entamoeba damage our intestine and releases blood clot in the intestine. So through the intestine, we can see excess of blood, excess of mucus, excess of blood loss. Isn't clear? Any doubts? Hello. Next, ascaris. Ascariasis is a disease. Ascaris is a roundworm, intestinal worm, because it lives more only in the intestine. So we call it as intestinal worm. Mode of transmission through soil. See, a small child play in the soil without washing proper hands. Clear, without some people undergo excretion, releasing of waste to the open pits. They won't use washrooms and toilets. Through the soil, through water, and through the vegetables, fruits, contaminated. Clear, fecus containing the eggs, waste containing the eggs. Through in that eggs, we can see parasites. Lakes of parasites. Parasites lakes ki. So just an introduction. This is symptoms: internal bleeding inside the abdomen. You can see bleeding, muscular pains, fever, anemia, blood cancer. Anemia means blood cancer. Blockage of intestinal passage. Intestine is completely blocked because every day ascaris try to release 2000 to 3000, 4000, 3000 to 4000 eggs released by the ascaris. That is what intestinal blockage of intestinal passage. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So any doubts till now?
No, sir.
We have again filariasis, ringworm, clear explanation. Completely they can picture. This is just introduction concept of personal hygienic, public hygienic, how to avoid stagnant water, and using mosquito nets, larvae fishes. This we are going to study. Doormat. So what is vaccine and immunity? Till we are going to study. We have 2-3 parts on this chapter. Doubts isn't clear?
Yes, sir.
So next we should discuss about ascaris. Clearly I'll explain once again. Filariasis also we should discuss next. So you got a question paper, Nana? I forgot to you question paper. You got a question paper? Hello. Ma, isn't my voice is audible?
Yes, sir, it is audible.
You got a question paper? I sent the question paper to you.
No, sir, we did not get any question paper.
You didn't get any question paper?
No, sir.
Test of animal kingdom. No.
No, sir.
Okay, Nana. I'll do inquiry on it once. Wait. I'll check with it and I'll give intimation to you.